PCR272, and we're going to be talking about disarmament today. And please note that everything we're going to be discussing about in this class is purely for educational, alright? Purely educational content, nothing more, alright? Do well to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight to it. Now, we have PCR272, and we'll be talking about peace building, peacemaking as against the choice of conflict. And today's class will be continuing on the same set topic as one look at it from the angle of this, right, harmony. Okay, so now please do well to use the comment section to let me know if you can hear me clearly, and if you cannot, do well to use the comment section to let me know as we comment into the class. Now, when we talk about the term this, right, what does it mean by the term disarmament? Okay, now when we talk about the term disarmament, one thing we need to understand is that among several advocates and professionals in the field of peace and conflict resolution, disarmament is regarded as the basic and simple means of what? Achieving an enduring peace. All right, it is seen as the basic and simple means of not just achieving peace, but a long-lasting one. Okay, it says that among several advocates, we talk about negotiation, conciliation, mediation, all this we talk about in our respective classes, and it is made clear to us here that among all these professional advocates of settling issues, conflicts, all right, peace and resolving conflict resolution and the likes, disarmament is regarded as the basic strategy. Okay, to propose a what? Mutual security strategy. Is to propose a mutual security strategy. Now you might be wondering, why is the effect of disarmament effective, all right, as we've been told here, said to be the long lasting, all right? Why is it different? Okay, why is the peace gotten from disarmament, why is it long lasting? Why is it not same thing, all right, with that of other strategies? What makes it different? The reason why it is different is because the strategy, the motive behind this is to what? Propose a mutual security. Now, this mutual security now is not about just a part or part of the conflicting body. Okay, it is the security that will affect both parties. Okay, the security that will affect both parties, the security that both parties need to get things going properly. So it proposes the mutual, all right, security strategy, okay, to remove wholly or partly the instruments. Okay, this proposal is about a mutual security of eliminating the instrument that instigates, the instrument that encourages, as we have it here. Okay, it says remove wholly or partly instrument of aggression, a mutual security to remove, okay, to remove, we have wholly or partly, okay, the instrument, this instrument of aggression. Okay, so we have that as that. Now, with the aim of reducing any humanitarian disaster that may be associated with conflict situation. Okay, now basically disarmament is all about this. Now it involves what? A variety of schemes. Now these schemes are designed or facilitated either genuinely or sentimentally for the of what? Disputing parties. Basically, what we need to know here is that when parties involved in conflict are being encouraged to drop their arms, are being encouraged to drop weapons of war. Now, if weapons of war are not in circulation, if any disputing party or any disputing society wants to go into conflict, it will be very challenging because these weapons are not available. All right, so this is basically what this armament is all about. It discourages the use of this weapon, the circulation of these weapons of aggression, okay, and make them almost very possible to get. And this would reduce the level of aggression between parties. So we have that as that. Okay. Now let's take a step further. Just a moment. Okay, so we have that about that. Now, what are the relevance of disarmament in the promotion of peace? Okay, why is it relevant? Why is the strategy very effective? Now, let's look at some points. It says it discourages armament or proliferation of military structures. All right, military structures in the sense that the use of certain strategies coupled with armories, all right, coupled with certain weapons, certain sophisticated weapons, okay, it basically discourages it. And if these strongholds, when it comes to conflict or war, are being, all right, are being eradicated, if they are being eliminated, the chances that parties will go into conflict is very slim, all right, because there are basically no weapons to, all right, fuel these ambitions of conflict. So this is one of the purpose, this is one of the relevance. We have relevance. Okay, discourage what? On discourages on necessary discourages unnecessary we have unnecessary armament of or proliferation of military structures or proliferation of military structures. Now, we have that as that. Now, it also was promotes integration and collective security. Okay, it promotes, don't forget, we said it is a what? A mutual security strategy. All right, so we're talking about mutual now. We're talking about things that one or two persons does benefit from. So now, one of the relevance is that it's what promotes the integration and what we call collective security. Speaking of collective security, we can find it in disarmament. All right, collective security. So we have, so very quickly, we're going to be talking about what it means by demobilization. All right, it's also one of the terms when we talk about conflict resolution. All right, we cannot overemphasize what demobilization, all right, does as well. Now, in past few years, several countries in sub-Sahara African contended large-scale demobilization. All right, conducted large-scale demobilization. So when we talk about demobilization, what are we talking about? Now, this is of course, all right, the avenue to create what? Sustainable peace and human development. This is basically a journey of sustainable peace and human development. Now, it remains a complex process. Okay, demobilization is quite a complex process. I think we Just a moment. Okay, I'm trying to figure things. Yeah, I just have to fix my back up, and we are good to go. Okay, yep, we are back now. Okay, like I said, the former combatants. All right, this is only achievable if former combatants are able to what reintegrate into the society. Then demobilization can be achieved. Are we together? Now, when we talk about combatants, so who are combatants? All right. So I'm just going to highlight that here. Demobilization. Okay. Demobilization. Sorry about the break that just occurred a moment ago. Something that is peculiar to my side of the world, which is Nigeria. All right. But nevertheless, I think we are good to go now. Now we have combatant. All right, can be defined as a legal status of a person. All right, combatants can be defined as a legal status of a person entitled to what directly participate in hostilities. All right, an individual who has the ability to participate in what we call hostilities during an armed conflict. All right, and may be intentionally targeted by an adverse party for their participation. Basically, in a layman term, combatant is an individual who has the ability to go and fight on behalf of his group or his country or society. And definitely, if you are in a war, you're fighting for a reason, you become a prey, you become a target to the other conflicting side. Okay, now this, speaking of demobilization now, we said that the success of demobilization is dependent on, all right, the success of the integration of what? Of combatants, former combatants, the integration of former combatants into the society. Okay, now, ex-combatants have been mobilized as a matter of fact, have great difficulties to what re-establish themselves in civilian life. Now, this is why we say that the success of this is dependent on ex-combatants being reintegrated back into the society. It's basically because these people has gone through a lot, going through times of hostility. It is almost very impossible for them to go back to the normal life. Therefore, makes the demobilization a very complex situation, a very complex process. Now, let's describe what it is. It is said to be a peaceful act of changing, all right? A peaceful art of changing, okay? A peaceful act of changing from a war basis to a peaceful basis, including disbanding or discharging troops. All right? A peaceful act of changing, okay, from a war basis, from a war basis to a peaceful basis, including disbanding or disengaging, or what? Disengaging of troops. And those troops now, so those troops are what we are referring to as combatants. All right, this class is going to be a very short one, but believe me, we are making good progress. All right, so we'll call it right here for today, and in our next class we'll be talking about Africa and demobilization. Okay, I'm just going to highlight that right away. So in our next class, we'll take it up from African and demobilization. Thank you very much, everyone. Please do well to subscribe to the channel, all right? Use the like button and also share the video to people you feel that might need this class. Please, for those of us that are yet to become a member of our private class, do well to reach out to us on www.tutorial.com, whereby you can reach out using our WhatsApp button on the right hand corner of the website, and with that we can add you up to the private class. With this being said, we look forward to seeing all the subsequent tutorials. Bye for now.